So the Tag Heuer Monaco is a statement piece. It's bold, it's big, it's in your face. It's a watch that you can recognize from across the room. Let's look at some history and see why it's considered an iconic timepiece. There is no doubt that the Monaco was made famous by Steve McQueen, but before Steve McQueen showed up into the equation, there was Jack Heuer and the Porsche racing team. So Porsche and Heuer go back into the 1950s. Jack Heuer was a fan of racing, and that's why you see some cars like 911 is named a Carrera, and also Jack Heuer had some watches, some chronographs named Carrera, and that's because of a race that was held in Mexico back in 1950s. Anyways, in 1970, they developed a sponsorship where the insignia for Heuer would show up on the car and also on the racing suit of the Porsche drivers. Porsche racing team, including the driver and the mechanics, they used to wear the Heuer chronographs. So when Porsche was racing the 917 in late 69 and early 1970, that car was so successful that it caught attention of Steve McQueen. But Steve McQueen was racer at heart. If he wasn't an actor, his second choice in career would have been a race car driver. And he decided to make a movie about that. People believe he borrowed his racing suit from Joe Seifert, who was a Porsche driver at the time. And as a result, you can see the Heuer logo on his racing suit. Fate has it that he chose the Monaco. And as a result, the Monaco became an icon because of Steve McQueen. However, the Monaco did not survive the 70s, actually because of the quartz crisis and some financial issues with the Heuer company. The Monaco was discontinued. Tag bought Heuer in the 80s, and hence the name Tag Heuer. They did not bring back the Monaco until 1997. And then the special edition was not introduced back until 2007. So there was a partnership between Porsche and Golf, and Golf was an oil company. So the special edition watch was to commemorate that relationship between the Golf world, Porsche, and Heuer. So that's a little bit of history on the watch and why it became iconic. So the internal of this watch are identical to that one of a regular Monaco. It's only a few exterior changes that makes it a little bit different. The case is stainless steel. It's 39 by 39 millimeter, and the height is 15 millimeter, and from lug to lug is about 47 millimeter. And it does have a sapphire crystal and is domed. You can see it's right on top of the watch here, and it also has a curvature on it. The only thing about this crystal is it doesn't have the anti-glare coating on it. And on the back it does have sapphire also with a flat case back. So the case is also water resistant up to 100 meters, and the case back has 4 screws to keep it tight. So the only few differences that separate this from a regular Monaco are, aesthetics. You have an orange stripe and also a turquoise stripe. You have some orange hints on the subdial, and you have the 60 over here. You also have the Golf on the bottom. The other difference is the strap. This is only available on the special edition. This is a calfskin strap. It's perforated, it's lace inspired, and it also has orange on the inside. So this clasp or buckle is similar to the one you would see on other watches, so it's not special to this watch. So this watch uses an in-house movement. Is Caliber Heuer 2. It was introduced back in 2017, and all the chronograph from Tag Heuer, they are using this movement, and it's only 31 millimeter in diameter and also about 6.9 millimeter in height. So they put a little bit of thought into this, and it's a modern movement with modern amenities. So this is automatic movement with 28,800 vibration per hour or 4 hertz, It has about 33 jewels. It has a hacking mechanism with quick date adjustment. It does have a column wheel and a vertical clutch. And it has other things like shock absorber. It has 80 hours of power reserve. And I believe it gains about 2 seconds a day. So that's quite accurate for a mechanical watch. So when it comes to operation of the chronograph, it's very tactile. You have to put a little bit of force to actually operate this. I like the feedback you get from it. So this is my personal watch. I have owned it for about 6 months, and it's one of the 2 watches I have bought new. All my other timepieces are vintage. So this watch retails for $7,400. I bought it from authorized dealer, and they gave me a discount of 10%. I think after taxes, I paid $6,500 out the door. And that's when it makes sense to buy this over the regular Monaco. I think if you want an investment piece, you should go with original Monacos from 1970s. A little bit pricey these days, but I think that's more collectible than these Tag Heuer Monacos. If the original Heuer Monacos like the Steve McQueen one are too expensive for you today, you have a lot of choices today. There are a bunch of limited edition and special edition, but the one I would pick is the 50th anniversary. I think they made only 169 of those, and they have held their value very well. I believe there is another one that was limited edition with only 1,000 pieces. So if you can get one of those, I think your money will be well protected in the future. And those tend to stay true to the original Monaco because they have the crown on the left side. This modern one, they move the crown to the right side because it's easier to use. So that's a little bit of a buying guide on the Monaco. So for an in-house movement, I think the price point of the Monacos starting at around $6,000 is very competitive. I think the Speedmaster also starts around $6,000-$7,000. The Tudor, which actually uses Breitling movement, starts a little bit lower. So those are the competitors at this space, but I think the Speedmaster is obviously the one you should get if you're getting only one watch for your collection. So the few things you might not like about this watch is the size. It's a pretty big watch, being 47mm from lug to lug. It fills up your whole wrist. It's also very flashy, everyone can see it. And if you want to be a little bit discreet, this is not the watch for you. People can see this watch from across the room. But personally, I do not mind it. The main reason I do not wear it is because of this clasp right here. It has some very sharp edges, and these edges tend to dig into my skin, and it's hard to actually adjust the watch this way because I feel like they are going to cut into my skin. I am going to take it to the dealer. They have a watchmaker who can file it down for me, but eventually I might get a different strap because this one is a little tough. It doesn't bend as much over here, but on the bottom here it's a little bit flexible. I like to play with the strap, so I might get a strap that is more colorful, although this one is very colorful also. And then some people might not like it that it doesn't have the anti-glare coating on the top, being this is a $7,000 watch. I like how bold it is. It's a watch against the status quo. I like it because it's different. All my other watches are circular, and this being a square, it stands out from my collection. Since I'm a car guy at heart, I bought this watch because it matches my Porsche 914. Whenever I drive a Porsche, I think I'll be wearing this watch just because of the special relationship going back into 1940s and 1950s. Would I buy it again? Yes, it's a watch that I've wanted for a long time, but would I buy this specific one? Maybe not. Maybe I'll try to get one of the original watches from 1970s because those are more collectible. They're more of an investment at this point. This one would drop in value a little bit, but considering I already paid 10% less, it can drop 10% and I will not lose money. I did not buy to make money, it's just something I wanted to have. So if you're one watch kind of person, maybe I'll go with a Speedmaster. But if this is what you like, then I think it's a very good watch, being that it has an in-house movement and a very distinct design. So thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one.